Hello everybody and welcome back to the Old Stream Farm. So I haven't been able to read any comments from the previous episode yet because I'm recording this one just after the first one. But hopefully you enjoyed it. I will of course read your comments and any feedback, any improvements that could be made, I will act upon if they seem appropriate. And yeah, really today I think we're going to continue from where we left off. I just spread lime onto this field. Obviously it's a new day. We're now in September. And really we should put the crop in. I was just going to double check and make sure I don't have seasonal growth enabled. Oh, we do. Yes, we don't need that. Not on this series. So, yeah, let's put the crop in the ground. I think we're going to have to use the 8S because this sort of cultivator drill that we have is quite heavy. But as I showed in the previous episode, it isn't like a direct drill as such for all crops. It will only do 4 different crop types, but it will do wheat. I think I'm going to put wheat in. As for the small field out the front, I was going to build productions on it, but then at the end of the previous episode I established that we actually do already have productions integrated into the map, which is lovely. We're going to have to get some seed. Yeah, so we'll buy them instead. Will it be easier to do the seed with this unfolded? I'm not too sure. We can boom out over it. Actually, that reminds me, I do need to buy a pallet fork for the Merlot. So let's go and pick up some seed. I don't know if there's a seed buy point in the yard. Not that I'm aware of, but there might be. Well, let's go and get some anyway. I need to buy a pallet fork. But yeah, as for this field, as we're not going to be building productions on it, we will soil sample it, we'll discover exactly what soil type it is, and then I think we'll just drill it with grass. Because it's a bit too small ready for the combine. We do have a big class Trion combine, I think it's a 730. So yeah, so it'll just be easier if we mow it instead of harvest it with a combine. Right, here we are, and we should be able to carry 4 because I've got some really big weights on the back of the Merlot. It's extremely heavy. Yes, we'll go with this. Purchase. And yes, the 4 big bags of seed. £3,200. And here they are over here. So yeah, we've done most of our money spending for the time being. Obviously we're going to have to buy the productions, which will be expensive, but that won't be until we have the ingredients. And yes, we're going to be making bread, but we're not going to be making cakes in the bakery because we won't have sugar and we won't have strawberries. So it's really just bread baking, but we need to also create our own flour from our grain, so we will need to have the grain mill. Oh, that's going badly wrong. Much easier from first person view. Lovely. Yes, the rear weights are doing their job very well. Oh dear, there's been an accident. Oh dear, that is bad. Yes, it is. It's a direct drill for the crops that we're allowed to do with it. We will of course have to put on some fertilizer. We've got the spreader now. Oh, actually we've already bought some fertilizer, so that's good. Maybe it would have been easier to do this with it folded up. Well, it's working. So there we go. We'll keep this in the field, or next to the field, in case we need to refill. But yeah, it's not a very big field, so I doubt we'll have to refill. We're currently set to oilseed radish. Let's put that to wheat. And we'll begin. Actually, we do have a crop sensor on this tractor. Let me just enable that. Then I think we're ready to go. For some reason I was expecting you to really struggle with this. Yes, we established in the previous episode that the soil type is not the best around here. We've got loamy sand and sandy loam. I think really we're looking for loam. But this is just one of many of our fields. We've got loads, which we'll hopefully be visiting very soon, later in this episode, because I'm sure overnight there will have been another field which has ripened. I hope there is. But yeah, we'll deal with the small field first. I don't think that will take too long to work in. Let's just take a look quickly. Just go onto here. So yeah, we own all of this blue area, ignoring like all the lighter blue. So what do we have? Anything ready? Oh. Well, this one in front of us is ready. Field number 8. That is a big field. But that is also a potato field. And we don't really... Well, we do have the money actually to rent a potato harvester, but it would probably take most of our money. But then again, it would bring in quite a lot of money. So we will have to get that harvested pretty soon. The thing is, we don't really need root crops, so it will all be sold. I think the animals on this map we're going to have are chickens and sheep and probably cows. I think it would be good to have some cows. No pigs. Yeah, it would be the pigs that required the root crops anyway, so yeah, no pigs. We've already used almost 25% of the hopper. It is only small. But then yeah, it is... I think it's... correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is primarily used for grass. For sowing grass, but I might be wrong there. It's just nice that we can put wheat in with it, because we don't own a drill. We will purchase a big direct drill eventually, but there's no rush. So close, we almost had enough seed. But we've got plenty more in the bags. So not to worry. We've just got one pass left to do. But that's that piece. Oh, I actually did... Oh. I lifted it up. It looks like you have to go right to the end then. Yes, this little strip here. Yeah, that's been missed. So make sure it's all covered. Possibly, yes, the cultivated looking area. That needs to be done too. I'm not too sure why it has missed these few areas. Yeah, if you lift up, it will remove it again. So we've got a few bits in there. This should get this piece. But I think we're going to have to call that done. Yep. Really, we will just have to get a direct drill for doing big areas. But this will also be fine for the grass. So let's park this here. Just pop that there. We need the drop nose Massey Ferguson, which has currently got the Isaria Scout on it. Open the doors. And we'll soil sample this field over here. I don't really know what to expect, soil type wise. I should think it'll be... Actually, there is a different colour just popping into view there. Ah, sandy loam. So it's probably sandy loam over here, but you never know. It might be something better. Really, I should be able to get this field done in just 3 samples. So that's the first one. Now for the second one. Yeah, it's a tiny bit being missed over here, so we better just do it. They're fairly cheap. Okay, good, done. And now we can send those results off, well, those samples off to the lab for our results. Should only take a matter of seconds, with there only being 3. And there we go. Oh, wow. Very good. So we do have half sandy loam and half loam. So this is actually a really good field. Maybe too good for just putting grass in. Yeah, I just don't know. Well, we can harvest it. It's not too hard to harvest. But then grass is still going to be good to have. Get higher yields on the grass. So yeah, I'll stick with my original idea and put grass in. This can go back in here for now. There we go. Right. So back into the 8S, we'll change the crop type to grass. I think probably also on this series I'm going to start doing some cover crops, so orchid radish, because then we can get fertilizer without buying fertilizer. Also, if we have cows, then we can get some natural fertilizer, which would be good. Right then, let's put grass in. I don't know why, I don't know if this is the stream which gave the farm its name, the old stream farm. But this is certainly a nice area. If we have some sheep in there, it will look even better. And yeah, even better, we can feed the sheep with the grass from this field. Right, is that all working? I think it is. Yep, it seems to be working. And then once this is done, we can fertilise these 2 fields. Oh, actually, I haven't put lime on. We can... You can get away with putting lime on second. It's just, it does look a bit messy. And I'll put lime on now. It'd be a good idea to do that. I'll just park out of the way. If we use the 5475, then that will allow me to keep the cultivator / drill on the 8S. It'd be good to use some more of this up anyway, because we need to empty it to be able to put the fertilizer in. Excuse me, chickens. That chicken is chasing the tractor. Fun things. Here we go. To be honest, these fields aren't that bad anyway. We're barely applying anything really. Actually, I say that, we are still putting 6 tons per hectare on. And it is changing colour quite considerably on the minimap. So, no, I take that back. This field does need it. It was the other field. The other field really didn't change too much. It's a very good working width. Yes, it was typical that this field was going to be really good. A good soil type. Because it's the only one I've put to one side and said, yeah, we're not harvesting that again with a combine. Hopefully, some more of our fields will be a really good soil type. Because we do own, well, we own number 2, and that's sort of going in this direction. In fact, 22 and 23, they almost certainly, 22 especially, will be loam. We will be getting into those fields as soon as they're ready to harvest. There may be a few fields that are actually just cultivated and need to be drilled. I haven't properly studied them yet. Right, there we go. So we'll continue. We shall get the grass put into this field. This field has gone much better. It has not missed anything. It looks like it has, but it's just the texture getting a bit confused. Just got this tiny piece over here. But yep, that's all good. Just need to be careful where I lift it up, because wherever I lift it up is where we'll lose it. So I need to be out of the field. There we go. And as you can see, that's perfect. Not a single bit missed. I must have done something wrong here. So yeah, are any of these fields empty? Yes, 22. That's actually the field I just mentioned. In that case, we can soil sample it. But we'll put the fertiliser on these 2 fields first. And any more? Oh, field number 2 is empty too. So 22 and 2 need to be soil sampled. I'm going to go with loam, especially for 22. I'm not too sure about 2. But yeah, fertiliser first, because then we can wrap up these 2 fields. Now, if I try and empty this here, will it work? Oh, it did. Oh, wow, that's so neat as well. Brilliant. Although it has blocked in my fertiliser. But not to worry. If I just pull out here, that chicken is thinking, what are you doing? Yes, we're not going to run over you, don't worry, chicken. That's quite cute, actually. Just staring at the wheel. Hello? Not scared at all, are you? Nope. Yeah, the Merlot. If we bring the seed back, put it under cover, and then we can hopefully boom out and pick up the fertiliser. So, put this in here. We should be able to boom out all the way, as we do have such a fantastic weight on the back. Perfect. So they are nicely under cover. And now for the fertiliser. They seem to be further in. I really don't know how much we need, but I'm going to put both in. Good. Yeah, I knew it'd be worth it bringing back some fertiliser yesterday. Now, as we're running precision farming, we won't need to put 2 or 3 applications on. This should be sufficient. Chickens everywhere. Of course, we've got our fantastic spreading width. Look at that map. 0. Absolutely nothing on at all. It's going to change. Don't want to be wasting it. That's even better than I expected that working with. That is astonishing. Okay, well that was fast. Just tidied this corner up. There we go. That's looking quite good. Let's take a look here. Precision farming. Zoom in. Of course, every field gets its own score as well. Its own rating. Yeah, nitrogen. We've increased it. So what's that showing? Perfect. pH is perfect. Nitrogen's perfect. Expected yield is 98%. Yield potential is 100%. As for the loam, expected yield is 122% and yield potential is 125%. So really, we could have rolled it. We'll have to get a roller in the future. Oh, actually, maybe a flail as well. Mulcher. But anyway, yeah, we'll cut through here. And we'll do the top field. So of course, different amounts need to be applied because we've got different crop types. We need lots of nitrogen for the wheat. Which is exactly what the wheat has got. So that's looking really green, and that should also be showing something very positive. Yeah, expected yield is 78%. Different soil type, nowhere near as good. But it will still be something for us to turn into bread. We have some oats, which we turn into bread. Well, turn into flour and then into bread. Yeah, so it's now time to get the drop nose, and we'll go and find out exactly what those other two fields are. As soon as we've got some grass, we'll buy the sheep. This can go into here. Yeah, 129 is grass field, which we do own, so that'll be the first one that we cut. We should be able to start cutting that today with the 5475. Right, have I missed the turning for my field? I think it's behind here. Here it is. Right, that's good. Oh, I've got a pylon. Always a bit awkward. Need to make sure we don't hit it. And I see we've already got lime on here. Saves us a job. Sample number 2. I think this is going to be a 4 sample field. I think field number 2 is bigger, so yeah, 22 will not take as many. Let's just see. Yeah, although it's a very rectangular shape, we'll get a small amount of data from field 23 because, yeah, as you can see, the radius is actually encroaching into that field. But there we go. Once that's been done, we can send the samples off to the lab. And we have, what do we have? Please be loam. Fantastic, mostly loam, but there is something else in there. Oh, clay. So we've got absolutely amazing throughout here, and then really not good. So that tells me, and there's even a bit of field 21 there, that tells me we really should avoid 21. We won't buy field 21. So that's good, that's really interesting. I love doing this. Let's get over to field number 2, and we will find out what we have over there. Please not silty clay. What do we have this time? I'm going to go with loam. Right, so we did get loam, and quite a big block of clay. So, sort of good and bad-ish. The loam is really good. You can actually see where this clay goes. Fascinating. Okay, let's go take this back to the yard. And I think we'll get the mower out and we'll go and mow the grass field I mentioned. It's a job for the 5475. Because I have configured these to have front hitches and also front PTOs, we can eventually have like a butterfly mower, although this Vermeer is quite good. It's a very wide rear mower, offset. So how do we get to field 29? It's pretty simple. But I think really we're going to have to start potato harvesting really soon. Cross the bridge, and here is the gate. So there is a lot of water in here. The old stream. It's actually on two sides. And of course no data found. It has not been analysed yet. We will do that once we've dealt with the grass, because then we can fertilise it and make it really good. Yeah, that's not going to work. I think we'll do this wider side first. But this is perfect, just the right amount for the sheep. And we might put some in the pit as well. Brilliant. Our first really good grass field will be the one we've just drilled. And I will have to go back in the opposite direction to get right up to the fence. And right up to the stream. And I think, well, we won't get the baler for this because we have a loading wagon. We can feed the sheep directly from the loading wagon, but we are going to have to row it up. So we'll rent a windrower. I should be able to, yeah, we'll windrow it today, but I doubt we'll get it picked up today. So with that done, let us get over to the store and we'll go and rent the windrower. We don't need to take the front loader, so I think I will take that off. This shed has become the home for this tractor. Yeah, got much better visibility without the front loader. So it really doesn't need to be too big. Even that seems a bit big. 33,000. No, this one actually is going to be the best one. Right, okay. We'll go with this. I should probably get some more modded windrowers downloaded. This will be nice and fast. But it is the sort of thing we're going to have to purchase. We don't want to keep renting it. It's just until we get more money back in. And that won't be long, because we've got so much potential in all of the other fields. Nice and simple then. Yeah, it looks so big. Eventually, when we do grass work, we'll just do several fields at a time. It makes it more worthwhile, but I like that it can actually grab all that grass from the bank, from the riverbank. That is quite a lot of extra. I didn't want to go too close to the pylon. Yeah, and then next time we can whiz over this with a loading wagon, and we can get it put into, well, I think we'll probably keep some in the loading wagon and then put some in the pit. But we might buy sheep next time anyway, so we'll know exactly how much we need to keep. So then we can empty as much as we need into their trough and then put the rest in the pit. Although they might take all of it. It's possible. Now we may need this windrower again in the next episode, which I expect will still be in this in-game day, so I better not rush to return it now. What we'll do is we'll park it just over here, and then we can return the 5475 to the yard and put it away. Alright, that should be right there. We are really close to the yard. In fact, I could cut through there. If there wasn't a post there, I could cut through. Because that's our sheep field. That would take us straight into the yard. There's our potato field. Okay, it's a bit destructive. But we're through. A brilliant shortcut. And I can put this back into the shed just there. And I think this will conclude today's episode. We have found out a few things about our land. But yeah, that grass field will have to be analysed as well, which we'll do next time. And it can also be fertilised, but that is the sort of field which I'd love to do with the manure. Anyway, actually there's probably rules about doing it so close to the watercourse, but not in this game. that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.